Welcome back to the channel. This is, for a change, an actual Whiskey Wednesday. Albeit, I am doing again on a Tuesday night, so hopefully I can get through this one, although I have no idea how long it's going to take or what the subjects are going to be. Sorry, I've just set up everything. But I think it'd be good to do it on a Tuesday if I can. So let's get proceedings started with, you'll be so impressed with this. Look, I've still got my Highland Park 12-year-old. Still got this much left, which is super cool. So we'll get it off with a start. Listen, 365, this is just for you, dude. Oh, that was useless, wasn't it? Let's try it better, see if we can get it better. That sounds better, doesn't it? In shiny precious metals glass. Oh, overfilled it as always. What a shame. What a shame. So, as always, 365. How you doing? I was going to say, how you doing CPM? But that's me, isn't it? Cobra, how you doing, buddy? Camel, how are you doing? Stack collector over there, chopping away on his piece of wood. That sounds so weird. How are you all doing? How is everybody doing? Everyone that watches my channel, new, old. It's been a while since I've uploaded anything, albeit I was actually, when I could, on the charity 24 hours on Sunday. I managed to get on there, which I thoroughly enjoy, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Anyway, to everybody that watches my channel, supports my channel, even if you don't, this is to you anyway. I wish you all well, hope you're all good. Welcome to this week's Whiskey Wednesday. And 365, if you're watching this, which hopefully you will be at some point, those big ice cubes, do you have like a special ice cube maker for those, or do you buy them like it, or is that what you was? I think it was this morning you was having a whiskey. Yeah, it was, because it was, you did a premiere at 6 o'clock in the morning, I think it was, and it was like, what? Drinking whiskey? But obviously you recorded it, so you had your big ice cube in there. But anyway, cheers. So I hope you're all well. What has been going on? Well, I've been really quiet. Well, quiet from a video upload point of view, but as I've explained a zillion million times already, but for anyone new, because of this time of year, and the job that I do, it can get rather busy. So it can be a little bit hit and miss for me with timings, and it's not really got cold yet. So as it gets colder, I'm sure I'm going to get busier and busier. Albeit I'm really busy at the moment. Anyway, have you spotted the pumpkins? I've really this week got to set up a decent Halloween setup and get a video out. I'm looking forward to that, which would be really good. So what's been going on? Well, I've been working lots and lots and lots. There is, in the financial world, there's some absolutely crazy things going on, which we can talk about, that's fine. But I want to kick this one off with the stack collectors. Amazing. He always says amazing. Amazing. The stack collectors, phenomenal. I don't know whether I said that right. Phenomenal? Phenomenal? No. Phenomenal. That sticks in my head now. Yeah, the stack collectors, absolutely amazing. 24-hour live. What a show. That was so cool. For what I saw of it, which was quite a bit, to be fair. on and off at the beginning of it all, but then later on I managed to watch it. I'm absolutely gutted that I couldn't join in on the panel live, but as you're probably all aware, my wife, bless her, was she was not very well Saturday. Bless her little cotton socks, and yeah, so I had to be around just in case. But yeah, it was a 24-hour thing. I haven't got it, and my youngest boy hasn't got it, so that was really cool. But yeah, she was quite poorly. So, but anyway, getting back to the Stat Collectors 24-hour marathon for charity, unbelievable. I was blown away. I've got to give a shout out to Cobra Stacker as well, because he was there pretty much all the way through it, supporting the Stat Collectors. I nearly said the Cobra Collector. The Stat Collector's wingman for 24 hours, and boy, did he need that. And yeah, it was amazing. The auction was amazing. The chats were amazing. I managed to watch back LaBelle and Cobra's chat. I've yet to see the beginning of, I think the Stat Collector ended up having a chat with LaBelle as well. That was fascinating, but what really blew me away was everybody's participation. It was amazing to see, amazing to be a part of it. I managed to obviously take part from a chat, in the chat point of view, from through the actual the auction, and then early on Sunday morning I managed to jump on. And then obviously I was very privileged to be a part of that last 45 minutes or so, actually live with the guys, which is really cool. The panel chat, that was amazing. It totally blows me away when. Okay, one of the biggest difficulties is when we're all busy, and sometimes we can be very selective over what we watch, which is normal. That's a normal thing for human beings to do. Oh yeah, and I will just quickly say I think C.Y. Sterling was on there, Darth was on there, and APM. APM's cracking me up at the moment. He's a laugh a minute. And yeah, to actually do a bit of a chat from the beach in Spain, which is amazing. But getting back to what I was saying, yeah, what blew me away is the participation and support of everybody. It was fantastic to see, and fantastic to be a part of. And what I was trying to say was that, you know, we're all busy. We don't get to see everyone's videos. We don't get to, even if you do, you don't end up putting loads of comments on. So that live actually brought loads of people together for a long period of time, and that was really cool, because then for me, because I love observing things going on and learning from it all, for me it really drummed home the community spirit, the community as a whole. Yeah, it was really super cool. I think I said a little bit on the channel, on the live at the end, so I'm not going to dwell on it too much. But yeah, it was amazing, and well done everybody that took part, even, you know, from whatever they did. It was amazing. I thoroughly enjoyed what I've seen so far, and yeah, what a great thing for a good cause. And I'll say it again, the Stat Collector put it all together. The actual live, the way he put all the technical bit together was amazing. Yeah, and to recoup from, you know, had that little bit of an issue where I think he got struck out, but you know, it didn't bother him. He got back in there and sorted it out and started it up again. And yes, it's absolutely fantastic. So This is a good big cheers to the community, and hopefully, and I'm sure it will continue to grow. Right, what's the next thing? Just gonna have a puff. Yes, extremely gutted. I was really looking forward to Whiskey and Rum, or Rum and Whiskey. No, it's Whiskey and Rum Part 3 with Camel. Camel, I'm so sorry, mate. I've apologised a zillion million times and whatever. But it's one of those things, it was so ironic. I just sent him an email giving him the Zoom pass code and the Zoom meeting number. And as I sent it, I heard my wife go rushing to the loo and was so sick, it was ridiculous. Bless her, and she nearly passed out. And I just went into, oh my God, bang. And I had to very quickly send Camel a message to say, I'm sorry, mate, I've got a report. My wife's just been sick and all that. Anyway, we got there in the end. He picked up my email, and it wasn't the end of the world. But anyway, I was really looking forward to that. I think a lot of people were looking forward to that. We have got so much we want to talk about together and go through together. He's pretty tied up for a couple of weeks now, but we're going to get something going in November. And watch out for that one, because that's it's going to be quite amazing. And I actually on an email I sent to him today, just saying, kind of in a way, with everything that's going on in the Bitcoin world and the financial world at the moment, maybe that was a blessing, because the conversation could be even more enhanced when we finally get together and have it. So that's I'm sorry if anyone was looking forward to that, but it will come for sure, without a doubt. What else have I noticed? APM's on holiday. Have a good time, dude, wherever you are. See why Sterling's reached out. I sent him an email a little while ago and just said, hey, yeah, mate, we'll have to. I know he loves collecting his Britannias. And I said, we'll have to get on and have a collab together and talk about what he loves, I love, just have a general conversation. So I'm looking forward to that. So I love that sort of thing. And he reached back to me today and just said, he's ready. He's can we make some arrangements to get something going? So we've got that. That's going to come along. I think we're going to do something with APM as well in the not too distant future. So I'm looking forward to that. That'd be really cool. Just have a chat, a chill out chat with APM and CPM. Could be a bit difficult with the names. So that's something for me to look forward to. What else is going on in my world? Not a lot really. I've still got a load of content to make. I've got quite a few coins that I've purchased probably over the last 3 or 4 weeks, and just haven't had time to do those videos. I was really good a couple of weeks ago. I managed to get one out every day, but now I've just been too busy, just miles too busy. But it's not the end of the world. They're not going anywhere. They're with me. So that's great content for the future. I'm going to give Cobra Stacker's next auction, because I can't believe that's only a week away. I think it's a week next Tuesday, I believe. Is it the 3rd? Was it Friday the 3rd? No, it's Friday the 3rd. So it'll be a week next. Actually, is it not? It's not next Friday, surely. Good grief, where has the month gone? Wow. Yeah, it is. Not this Friday, the Friday after. Wow. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, really looking forward to that. If no one's took part or actually sat and watched it, yeah, get over there. It's a good laugh. Cobra gets some absolutely wonderful pieces, and he does them at a reasonable rate, or he starts it off at a very reasonable rate, and then, you know, what people pay for it is what they pay for it, you know. Sometimes I can be quite guilty myself personally of paying over, but if I want something, you know, as long as I can afford it, then I'll go for it, and sometimes you can end up paying over the odds, but that's what an auction's all about. Do your research. I do. The nice thing about Cobra's auction for me is now we have to be members, which is fine, it's a couple of quid. It's worth it. It keeps giving away free stuff, which is it's amazing, really. I say to him every now, you're giving away more than anything else, you know, and he's really happy doing it. He's such a generous guy. It's incredible. But he's, you know, he's got a method to his madness with it all, obviously. But yeah, if you get to become a member, I didn't know, you know, I'm not monetized or anything like that. I might be one day, who knows. Yeah, he doesn't get, YouTube take quite a large portion. You boys that are monetized and deal with all that sort of thing will know that. So yeah, he gets a tiny bit really, but in a way it protects him, you know, and makes sure people are being sort of genuine, you know, and being serious, because, you know, I'm really good friends with him now, and you know, he tells me what goes on behind the scenes after time, and Jesus, he puts so much work into that. It's, you know, it's crazy. So, and then to have someone like not pay him, you know, some serious money as well, really, it can be very frustrating indeed. That's me being very polite, which is mad. But yes, hop on over there. You need to be a member. Membership's really cool. It gives away so much. It's ridiculous. It sounds like he's giving away tons, doesn't it? But I don't mean it like that. It's very generous man. Very generous man. He looks after anyone that's loyal to him, and, you know, and loyal to his program, and supports him, which is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, get on over to that. Right, I don't know if anyone noticed, I did, wow, how long? Sometime last week, might be the beginning of last week, was it? Sometime. Should be a bit more organised, but I never am for Whiskey Wednesday. It's completely off the cuff. I think I'd gone over, it was one of my videos. Oh, it was my video with the two Britannias in it, the 2010 and the 2009, I think. I think it was that video, and I announced what I would do for a 500 subscriber giveaway if I ever get there. And I think I posted up, I put a thousand, God, there's a few people wishing that, I'm sure. £100 worth of Bitcoin, and I'll at some point during this video, probably now, we'll put it up, because that's actually increased in a week just over the price of a normal piece of silver, which is amazing. So that's growing. I think it's up 21% in a week, and that is going to be for that lucky winner one day when we set those questions, or that question, for someone to win. So I'll post that on, I'll try and post it on a weekly basis if I can remember, or 2 weeks, just so you guys can see it growing, because it's at the moment, with the market the way it is growing fast, very fast, which is super cool. It's going to be super cool for somebody anyway. So yeah, that's I think that's going to be a cool thing, something different. You know, do whatever you like with it, whoever wins it in the end. It'd be really interesting just to see where it is, whether it's gone to naught or it's gone to the moon. Who knows? But it's at 123 pounds or 124 pounds when I was looking earlier. So yes, 24%. Wow, in a week. Which is super cool. Okay, what does that bring me on to next? Oh, yes. That man, 365. Oh, God, before I go there, can I just say how super cool the montage, or whatever you call it, of videos that people sent in. I hate my voice on mine, and it was a bit rushed, but Shiny Precious Metal, love that dude. What a guy you are, and really nice fella. But everyone's was future investments, very professional, really cool. 365's really cool. Mine, for me, not that good, but I did it. APM's really cool. CY Sterling, really cool. There was a guy from a coin company, was it? I don't know, coin collector or something. That was really cool, really interesting. He was chatting about what coins he likes the best out of silver and all these, I think, copper and bits and pieces. Yeah, really interesting. Wow, but this is what I mean. So supportive, but I'm not going to go on about it too much. I've said enough. So that brings me on to Mr. 365. Never ceases to amaze me that man. He's just such a laugh. He's such a giggle. The copper man, I'm going to call you now, buddy. He's gone copper mad, absolutely copper mad. And I think I said on the on the charity 24-hour bit, I think I mentioned like how impressive those chocolate bars, copper 10 ounces, I think they were. I'm not sure. Might have been 1 kilo. Not sure. But they're called chocolate bars. Yeah, how cool they looked, and that big 5 kilogram bar, and I think he had a kilo bar as well. They just look really cool, and you know, he actually inspired me. One of his videos that he posted ages ago, where he had all these copper rounds in a tube, and he got them out, and he was showing them, and I didn't know anything about them, and I think he got them from Cardiff Gold, and yeah, and that was great for me because I've been a plumbing and heating engineer. I've been working around copper all my life, you know. So that was really cool, and that's just made me. I've got my own little rounds that I've got here, and yeah, I'm not going to go into the financials because yeah, you all know the score with it all. Who knows? I don't know. Probably these are probably more expensive than those in real terms. But I don't know. You either love it, hate it. I love it. I love the way the designs are put together. I love the way the copper for me, you know, is one of the biggest things we use in copper fittings. You have to clean them when you solder them, bits and pieces, and they tarnish. They really go off. They can, you know, they don't stay shiny for long. But these things, you know, keep them in capsules and don't let the air get to them. They stay stunning. They're just so nice to look at. So yeah, it's cool that 365 has got that hobby interest in it. Who knows? None of us know whether there's going to be any big value in it, that as an investment. I don't know. We all say no because what we know at the moment, but who knows? We don't know. But that put to one side, I love them. I love it. I think it's a very cheap way of collecting something that you can leave around, and if you're a creator, you can use them in backdrops. You know, you don't have to have a ton of silver out and bits and pieces. It's just cool. It's just really cool. They are lovely. And me being me, I think I've said on my videos before, most evenings I will spend, because I'm quite obsessed with everything that I do in my learning curve, although it's getting a little bit more difficult as I'm getting older, but I still do it. I'll spend hours researching, looking around, looking at trends, looking at what's going on. Is the market changing? Is, things like, colorized coins. What's the big thing about colorized coins? Are they catching on? Are they not? Is there a trend there? Is it something that possibly might last 5 minutes, or could it go on? What do the young people think of them? My grandson's generation, what would they be doing? So I do a lot of that. So I've noticed it may have always been the case, but I've noticed lots of more intricate, high relief design work is being pushed into copper. And now they're actually producing stuff as coinage, not as rounds. They're actually putting a monetary value on it. So I find that really interesting. Now, that might have been something that's been going on for ages, but I haven't noticed because I haven't particularly been looking that far out of, something like Cardiff Gold or a creator that might actually show something. So I looked around, and then that made me look a little bit more, and I'm just sort of blown away with some of the design stuff. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I found some lovely stuff from my backgrounds, and very, very, very cool looking pieces of copper. I'm not going to say too much. One I can't even get till next year, but I've ordered it. Another one is on pre-order for November, and another one I could have now, but I've got to wait because I want them both shipped at the same time. So, but yeah, blown away. Copper, I don't know. I'm not going to go into that. Is it a great investment? I have no idea. If you compare it to silver and gold, no, it probably isn't. Yeah, there's massive premiums on, but then there's always going to be massive premiums on, because some of this stuff, someone's not going to just sit there for 5 minutes and do for free. Some of this stuff is quite intricate. Some of it might be done electronically via AI machinery, but it's still clever. You're paying for the innovation of what you're being able to purchase, which you make up your minds. You pay it or you don't. Amazing. So yeah, 365, he seems like he's hooked on copper, and I've been hooked on it for a while. Outside of my work, I just think it's lovely, absolutely lovely. I don't think anything more of it than it's lovely. And if I've got some nice pieces to use as backgrounds, and creating, and when my grandson comes and he can get the copper coins out and play with them and look at them in time, and I'm not worried about them too much. Yeah, great, brilliant, super. Served the purpose, served more of a purpose than some of my stuff that gets shut away, not for little fingers, So yeah, it's great. It's absolutely great. Gets him interested in that feely, touchy, thing that we all love. So yeah, 365, you've got me even more hooked. I've took it to another level. You'll be very interested in one of the things I've ordered. Very interested indeed. Well, maybe you won't be, but I'm sure you will be. I'm getting that in November sometime, I believe. I'm not sure. Crikey, I'm getting a taste for this. A bit watered down when you've got so many ice cubes, but it's quite nice that way. So, that's that. Was there anything else I wanted to talk about before I just move on to current state of affairs? I don't think so. No. Okay, current state of affairs. As I've always said, and I've said it a million zillion times, I'm no expert. I have no idea. Don't ever do what I'm doing. Do what you want to do. But just learn, just educate yourself. Now, I don't know what's going on with the gold and silver market at the moment. We had this the crazy big rebound, bound upwards well, it wasn't crazy. They're stupid using words like that. It was nothing out of the ordinary, but it just bounced and went up. Just like it has been going up and down for the last few months, really, all within a range. So unfortunately, you know, as we all know, we have global situations that are, yeah, I don't like talking about. I recognise it, obviously, but I will always say this: I cannot see the point of people wanting to kill each other. Can't see it. I know. No, I'm not going to go there. Anyway, that obviously produced historically. I didn't know this. Whenever there's a war, people flee to gold to protect their wealth because they're not sure what's going to happen around the world with their finances. Now, it really makes me laugh, actually, when I say that and I read that and I hear it from people. People flee to gold to protect their wealth. Well, you've got to have money to flee to. And sometimes I think to myself, who are they talking about here? Because it's not me and none of my mates. And I don't think it's that many people that I know. It's really weird, isn't it? Sometimes we sit there and think, oh, I do anyway. I think, well, I'm one of those people. And then I think, man, no, I'm not. Not one of those people. I'm not putting millions of pounds into gold to protect it, to make the market move the way it does. I find that really funny. Anyway, and from Camel Finance's great education, as a rule, normally silver will lead the way, and gold will follow, and do really well. Now, what I did notice was gold had a quick bounce, and yeah, that had a very quick bounce actually, and started accelerating up. And that made sense. And then silver, you know, but it sort of went before silver did, which I thought, well, that's strange. That's not supposed to happen. What do I know? I don't know. Anyway, I think, well, you know, that's happened. I must admit, when I've seen that normal market silver go up, gold go up, silver does normally, you know, go first and then gold follows. Anyway, so I had that bounce, and then thankfully I've semi-learnt, nowhere near an expert, and by God, I'm probably more lucky than anything else, but I do try. I know how to set my trend lines on charts now to track it and find out, you know, what's going to happen, possibly, you know, all that limit the risk stuff, and try and work out what's going on via education, even if I'm not putting any value into it. The value I'm putting into it is my own time to understand it. So when I want to, or if I can, or I've got the opportunity to, I haven't got to learn about it as much. Anyway, that was interesting to see that happen. And then, like, it was looking like, I was saying to Cobra, I said, mate, you just, because I think he bought some gold right when it was down. And it had gone under 1,500 an ounce. And he'd heat up there, and I just sent him a little text. I said, well done, dude, you know, you really timed that well. Anyway, he rang me up and said, yeah, that's really cool. And it really, over the couple of days, it really had a big push up really quickly, reacting, obviously, to current affairs. And the interesting thing is silver was a bit of a lag leader behind. And the end story of that one, watching it and observing it, was gold seemed to sort of do really well, and silver sort of trickled out halfway through the amount that gold went, and I found that really fascinating. And then it's just turned over. Oh, don't quote me on it. I don't know whether it was Friday or last week. So it started to turn over, and I thought, oh God, that was short-lived. Here we go. It's going to go back down again. But silver sort of led the way with that. That sort of met resistance on a trend line, and didn't really push beyond that. And it sort of come back on itself, come down. but gold sort of come down and used a similar trend line as support, which I found fascinating. So gold to me at the moment is an interesting point. It's almost, to me, it seems like I don't know what I want to do. I don't know whether I want to continue to go up, or I'm just going to wait and just park my bum here for a little while and ride it out a little bit and see what happens. And if I need to be the saviour and protector of wealth, I'm here ready and waiting. Where silver sort of dropped off a little bit, but then today it had that little turnaround. But silver hasn't broke that trend line, and gold has sort of went up a little bit and then it dropped back down, but it's getting quite a bit of support at its level. So for me, the learning curve from that is that I'm not expecting gold to go, what do I know, for God's sake, but I'm not actually expecting gold to sort of go into a bit of a major down the bottom route at the moment. But with silver, maybe it might do, but who knows? Who knows? Anything can happen, obviously. But that's really interesting for me now, because I would not have even thought about that process 2 months ago, 3 months ago, because I've got nothing visually to work out. I have now, so I'm finding that fascinating. I did expect. I really said. Actually, I think I said to Cobra, or through a couple of conversations before, oh, it might go. It might get to that all-time high, but no, it didn't. It just put the blockers on. But then this thing with Bitcoin's gone loopy over this last week, which again, as you know, it's great from my point of view, because I invest in all three of these assets. And yeah, that's took up quite a bit of my time. Been blown away with what's going on there. It's like gold on steroids, gold back in the day on steroids. Bitcoin. It's amazing, absolutely amazing, that journey that I've been on with Bitcoin over this last year and a half, or maybe a little bit more now. Yeah, been absolutely amazing. And it's very interesting to see sentiment, opinion, money flow, the institutions getting involved with all this ETF stuff. So yeah, that's pretty exciting for me all around. And what it's made me do is, I'm not going into detail. I will never go into detail because that's personal to me. But what it's made me do, this whole thing, I'm really happy with what's going on. I was saying to Kobe the other day, look, I don't know what to do with my investment. I think Bitcoin possibly, don't believe what I say, do your own freaking research, you know. But Bitcoin possibly, if what's possibly going to happen to the asset, I may have to just draw the line and just think, okay, I've done good and I can't accumulate anymore. It doesn't make sense. It's getting too expensive to me personally. Now I need to start to think about what else am I going to invest in. And so we set a target rate of, funny enough, me and my son did that last night. With my youngest boy, we talked about, and we said, okay, what's our level of investment? You know, because I buy a bit of Bitcoin every week almost, if I can, and I've done that since March 2020. Yeah, March 2022. So I've done, you know, that's what I've done. And anyway, so I said to him, like, okay, well, you know, and he's done something similar. So we just said, like, what's our limit? So we set a limit, and now we're well, more me than him, trying to work out what I can do going forward. Now, I don't want to get away from precious metals. I'm doing my collecting thing in the background, as you'll see over time. I listened very carefully to 365's video when he was talking about he wants to get back into cheap, close to spot silver to stack, which I get, it makes so much sense, you know. But, and there's no but, you know. I hate it when people say but, because it almost say, well, I know more than you, I know better. Well, that's bollocks. I don't know better than anyone else. I don't mean it like that. For me, I'm quite happy doing what I'm doing with my silver. I'm still bloody addicted to the flipping stuff. But for me, the sensible thing, if I want to choose to do so, is to invest, do more research into AI and tech, because I think that's the way forward. My initial AI investment was diabolical. I forgot all the fundamentals of doing research and just took a shot, and it was terrible. I didn't have any confidence in it whatsoever, and lost some money. Wasn't a lot of money, but I hate losing a pound, let alone 50 quid, you know. So it was my own fault, because I didn't do my research properly at all. Just jumped on the hype of AOA. And for all I know, that company might be okay, I don't know, but I just wasn't comfortable. That's a big lesson there. You've got to be comfortable with what you're doing, for sure. So anyway, cut long story short, let me get back to it. So I'm sitting there thinking, now I'm in a position where the Bitcoin thing, wow, it's paying off for me big time now. So it's really cool. I'm invested in the blockchain technology, which is not linked linked directly to Bitcoin, but blockchain technology is part of probably CBDCs and all that sort of stuff. But there's technology and innovation going on there. So that's doing well for me too. So I'm very comfortable with that, albeit anything can happen, as we all know. But that's looking good. So, and then I go back to my other love, which is silver and gold. Now, I was kind of hoping with Camel Finance we could have spoken about silver and gold a little bit, because he does drop these expectational ideas when he's talking about the possibility of silver and gold being, you know, going on a bit of a run at some point over the next year or two. So I kind of was hoping during our chat that I might have been able to learn a little bit more about that and just give myself an idea of what I need to educate myself a little bit more on. But anyway, that didn't happen. Besides that, I'm my own person, and I have to learn my own way as well, you know. So I've started to look at maybe looking at investing in paper gold. And I can't believe I'm saying that, because that's probably everything that goes against me for what I look at Bitcoin for. But hey ho, that's very whatever. It is. I have to look at it as pure investment now, and I'm not talking about a pound or anything, you know, or 10 or 20 quid, or, you know, I'm putting quite a bit of money into some of this stuff, and so I have to treat it almost like in a business type way, and I have to take my emotions out of it more. So yeah, I'm beginning to look at that now. I'm faced with two choices. I'm very happy with my silver collection at the moment. That's really cool, but I'm very keen to up my gold portfolio. And now it's just, do I go for the physical aspect of it, or do I go for maybe looking at the convenience of paper gold? So that's where I am with that at the moment, and it's an interesting concept. The basis, now a lot of people might be screaming, what are you doing? I know, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. Yes, I am very well educated on that. Sounds very arrogant, but maybe I am a bit arrogant sometimes. I get that. I really do understand that. My big point, now if you watch 365's video a little while ago, and I've done it a couple of times experimentally myself, I want to know how liquid my money can be. and my investments can be. So, you know, if I want to get rid of, I don't know, say like, I'm going to be argumentative. Not argumentative here, I'm going to be hypothetical and use some figures and maths. That's quite easy for me. I look at it and I just think, okay, if I had 20 grand's worth of gold and I want to go on holiday, or I need that money. I don't know. My wife could be ill. We need to private bank. How liquid is it? How quick and how convenient can I get to my money? That horrible fiat bucket of shit. Excuse my language. It didn't take long for me to swear, did it? Well, it did actually. But unfortunately, you need it for certain things. How quick and convenient is it? And so I look at, I think, yeah, great. Now I popped some my core base silver quite a few weeks ago now to reinvest into some collecting pieces and bits and pieces, and bought myself some more Bitcoin as well. But I reinvested that, but I had to. Fortunate enough, I'm not far away from a quite a nice coin dealer, reasonable, got a good relationship with them, and but you know, the whole process was get off your backside, get it there, carry it around, all that sort of stuff, which is a real pain in the backside. And I went through that exercise with Bitcoin. I didn't have to move. And I'm not saying one's better than the other, before you all start screaming at me and turning it off and saying, oh, you Bitcoiner, you hate gold and silver. No, it isn't that. I ain't saying that. I just compare the process to what's convenient and how quick it can work. And I sat there and I thought, ooh, that's a pain. It's doable, it's easy, but that's because I've got that process on my doorstep. But you are restricted, I suppose, to people being there and people saying yes, they want it. And then you've got the other extremes of you can use the Silver Forum and, you know, eBay and all that sort of stuff. But you've got to put loads of work into it and bits and pieces. So I'm always looking for what is there a possible way of improving that and making it quicker and cost effective if I need it. And I've never thought about doing the gold thing as a paper exercise, as a stocks exercise, as an ETF exercise. And I want to just explore that option before I go mad and put it into physical content, which is so tempting. I mean, every time I pick up these silver sovereigns, these gold sovereigns, and look at I know I'm throwing them around at the moment, and these beautiful Britannias and Queen Vicky, blooming. Oh, come on, focus. That's it. You know, these beautiful sovereigns, you know, I'm at quarter-ounce Britannias, and the boring bits of plain gold bars that I've got, and, you know, all that sort of stuff. It's lovely, and it's so tempting that when they're out and they're all over the place and they just look, and it makes you feel good, just like having, I don't know, it's the equivalent of throwing I don't know, a few £1,000 worth of £20 notes around, you know, on a table. It makes you feel good. But, you know, for me, I've got that make me feel good feeling, and I can add to it if I want to. But I just want to explore because I can. And if that's going to make things easier for me going forward, then I want to explore that. Might not do it, but what's the harm? I might learn a lot from it. I might hate it. I might not see the value in it. I might see it too restrictive. I know the marketplace isn't 24-hour, but then that's what I love about Bitcoin. It's 24/7, 365. You know, unrestricted. Whereas your gold, you know, if you want to go to a shop or something, someone's got to be open. You know, you're relying on someone else to be open. And if you want to send it to a dealer, you've got to send it to a dealer. And they'll only deal with it during their normal working hours. Can you see my point? And I'm sure I'm probably going to run into the same problem. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me something different if you dabble with it. But I'm sure I'll probably run into a similar sort of problem if I try to do it with not brokers, but you know, these online brokers, whatever they're called, companies that allow you to, you know, to dabble in paper, gold and silver and stocks and shares and bits and pieces. So yeah, interesting stuff. So that's my journey there. My God, I so rabble on, don't I, about a load of rubbish. But it's really cool because these times allow me just to be free thinking, because I will be thinking this stuff, and it's just nice to record it, you know, just in case someone else is interested in learning someone else's thought process. So anyway, let me know what you think. What are you doing? You getting excited about, I hate saying this, crypto, because I don't look at Bitcoin as crypto, although it is, obviously. But you should all know that I'm just a Bitcoin man, nothing else. I'm not saying anything against anything else. I'm not saying that's the best either. That's what I do. You getting excited with all this hype that's going on with crypto and whatever? Are you doing okay? Have you managed to get some? Are you reaping the benefit at the moment of getting some? Are you trading it? Or have you sold it already? If you had any, you're not bothered, don't give a shit. You're sold and married to this stuff. Totally. Maybe. Don't know. Maybe you're not. Does anyone else do the trading? You know, they got ETF, gold ETFs, GLDs, and anyone else do that? I'd be interested to know, actually. If anyone's willing to say in the comments, that would be super fantastic. I think I've rabbited it on enough times. I have to pause my video now. One thing I've learnt about when I do my downloads, especially on the long format ones, is I do it in 10-second splits. So I think that the computer's pretty clever enough to probably don't even notice it. And if I remember to just stop, press stop, and then just continue, it seems to pick it up and stitch it together quite nicely. What else? Is there anything else going on? I will try my hardest to get some. I really want to show off some of my stuff. I really do. Sounds terrible, doesn't it? Show it off, but that's what we do, and talk about it. Hopefully, I'll try and get some stuff together very soon. Yeah, let me know what you're up to, what you're doing, how you're getting on. More importantly, how you're all getting on. You know, I haven't even touched on the deep stuff tonight because I didn't particularly want to. I can quite easily go there. I'm a bit tired, so I didn't really want to get too heavy because then I can get a bit silly sometimes. But how you all getting on? You know, it's looking rough. It's looking next year, or the back end of this year, depending on what you invested in. It could be quite a tough time. You know, loads of people's mortgages are coming up for renewal next year. In the UK, with a 3-year, 5-year variable rates that you've got, there's so many apparently, millions apparently, coming up next year, and they're all ready to go up by hundreds. You know, I'm talking to people already, and they're saying, oh, they've already had their new mortgage repayments come back on their mortgages, that 300-400 quid, and they sort of don't know how they're going to cope, and they're coming into the winter, and the bills are going to be higher, and it's nuts. It's really nuts, nuts. So how you all doing? I hope you're doing okay. Yeah, my channel's open. I am open to if anyone's like just want someone to talk to, anything like that, oh, don't be fucking embarrassed. Jesus Christ, man. You know, just reach out. You know, I don't mind talking to anyone. Absolutely fine. If anyone wants to share their stories, reach out to me, please. One last thing: if you've made it this far and you haven't fallen asleep or got really fed up and just told me I'm an idiot and switched it off, I have got so fed up missing my bloody postman and wasting so much time waiting for post. I finally got myself a PO box, which is a bit extravagant, but it's really useful. It's going to be great. I didn't realise how useful it's going to be for my business more than anything, because I'm always ordering bits and pieces for work, and the whole family's using it now as well. Good old CPM, provide for everybody. It's really convenient, to be fair. So in my descriptions of my videos now, I'm going to put my PO box number. Now that sounds like, oh, please send me stuff. No, I don't want nothing off of anybody. The only thing that I would be interested in is if anyone's got any information on or anything that they find useful, and they think, oh yeah, that could be useful to show, and they can't show it because they haven't got a video set up themselves, and they just want it in my backgrounds or whatever, then send it to me, please. Yeah, I'd love it. Don't send me your crap, please. I don't want crap. Just playing. Yeah, it'd be cool. You know, if anyone wants to send anything that I don't know, if you want to promote some stuff that's precious metals related or investment related, then send it all over, and yeah, that'd be cool. Don't mind doing that at all, as long as, but I don't want to be inundated with a load of crap. That's the only thing. And if I get drawn into this war with APM 365, or especially 365, and if I get drawn into this war, because I've probably aggravated it by paying for it, then I've probably done a wrong, and also I'd rather my stuff go to or anything goes to a PO box, I suppose, which is cool, but it's very convenient. I didn't even realise how convenient it was when I knew my business could pay for it. That's even better. So, but yeah, it will be good for my work. So yeah, that'll be in the description. So if you want to send me anything funny or anything useful that you might think, yeah, that'd be good for your background, dude, send it on over. That'd be really great. Thank you very much indeed. Take good care. I'm going to wrap it up there. I don't think there's anything else I want to say, really, other than please look after yourselves. You hear me say this quite a bit. Please do not do anything I do. Don't copy me. It's so important that you do your own research. I can't tell you enough how I hate this portfolio, because I'm a snob, how my portfolio, no, I'm not really, how my portfolio has had a ginormous, what's the word I'm trying to say, ginormous amount of better risk-free stability since I've started to educate myself. Yeah, I will never stop emphasising that. But that said, hope you're all okay. Thank you very much for watching. I wish you all well. Have a cracking week. If your investments are doing brilliant, make the most of it. Make your decisions. If they're not, I'm sure they will. Learn from it. Do good. Keep stacking. Keep collecting. It's like I've got an ice cube stuck in my mouth. That's better. I can talk better now. Yeah, just generally enjoy it. Look after your families. All this stuff, it's irrelevant. If you haven't got your health and your future says it's great, though. Is it something to do with health and wealth? health is wealth, or wealth is health, something like that. It's great, yeah, it's fantastic. It's got a lot of meaning. The greatest commodity in the world is yourself. It's the most valuable thing you can own, is yourself. So go out there, do well. Look forward to hearing your stories and seeing your stories as time goes on. Take good care. That's me out. Cheers, everybody. Look after. Bye.